Alright, y'all. We're back to the video. We're back to the reaction. We're here with the untold story of Olivia Miles' 20-month injury struggle. Her unbelievable return. Now, this is Dominic Deere's podcast. I say we'll check out a couple of these, maybe not all of them, but we're going to check out a few of these podcasts 'cause I know y'all mess with the vlogs heavy. Well, we might just incorporate some of these podcasts in there as well. Support the athletes. Now, Olivia Miles, I ain't gonna say I'm not gonna say she's the point guard yet, but the passing is top tier. Her and Hannah Hidalgo, some top tier entertainment. But anyways, let's get into it.
Literally, they do everything. Can't go anywhere. No facts.
And fun fact, these two were teammates in high school.
Didn't have license. Sure, like 5-year plan. Obviously, yeah.
You know what? Let me just pull this up real quick, just to show you guys proof of evidence. They've been knowing each other for some time now. You can see, still gonna talk ish from 4 years ago from Slam. So, anyways, yeah.
You could be going to draft this year or not.
I keep my receipts. I know who's saying what. So
period.
Those are the people that I'm talking about.
Olivia Miles, and I peeped that versus North Carolina game. She be slick talking though. She's slick talk for real.
We're back with another episode on Beyond the Jersey. Today, we have a
Anyway.
very special guest. We have Olivia Miles. Do you want to?
Hey guys, thanks for having me. I'm very excited.
Shut up. Excited about this episode, like I am everybody that I bring on the podcast, but specifically for Liv. We've known each other for 8 years or plus. And just seeing her throughout her career from high school on has been really inspiring. And I really want to touch on your story and like what you've been through and where you are now, because I think you have a very unique journey, but it's been like extremely inspirational for those that have watched you and known you for years. So just to start off, I did some research on you like I told you I would. I didn't know this, but I found that you got your bachelor's in political science with a minor in business economics. What made you pick that major, and like what about that major stood out to you?
Yeah, I guess going into Notre Dame, very high level academic school, I think I wanted to do something challenging, but not too challenging that would take me away from basketball for too long. So I picked something that was kind of in between, something that was pretty interesting. And political science is fun because you get to study human behavior, and that's something that I really like to dive into. So yeah.
I think I remember in high school did you take psych in high school or like any type of like I feel like you're really interested. I feel like you've talked about that in high school, like you're interested in that.
Yeah, definitely.
But I didn't know you would made like that's actually pretty impressive. Yeah. Were the classes hard or were they like I could imagine?
They were like
at Notre Dame, guys. I could imagine they're hard.
They were okay. Some of them were a little OD, like writing intensive, but it was manageable for sure.
Just kind of want to jump to basketball, obviously, because we know you play basketball. Your first, a few games into your season, you got your first triple-double. It must have been like such a relief when you played that game. I know like that was your fourth in your career, which is like insane.
Yeah.
Yes, 4 triple doubles.
In what ways, just put into words like what that game meant to you, and like just being able to come back from your injury and have that be like one of your first few appearances back on the court.
Yeah, I mean, it was special. I think I was out for like 618 days, so being able to come
618 days? How'd that intro go? Wait. I know this is off topic. This is off topic. Wait. I go? Wait. Oh, the Phineas and Ferb intro is 104 days of summer vacation. She said on 618 days.
It was special,
Be like one of your first few appearances back on the court.
Yeah, I mean, it was special. I think I was out for like 618 days, so on sort of
Golly.
process with a lot of highs and lows
Phineas and Ferb said it's 104 days of summer
and
vacation.
just experience that moment that I had been visualizing for such a long time. It was really
That's
special,
crazy.
and especially with this new group of girls that I
Mm-hmm.
get to share with. Yeah.
Did you like have like a okay, like I want to get like did you know going into the game like you were gonna get that, or was it just
Yeah.
like you just like you, because I know the type of player you just play, like you
Yeah,
don't really
exactly.
set like stats or anything,
Yeah.
but you just go hoop. Did you plan
Yeah.
that or just kind of have it naturally?
Well, there had been just like joking conversations between me and one of my friends. Actually, our team videographer, love him a lot. But he was just like, imagine if you came back and he was like, you got a triple double.
That would be great.
And yeah, he was like, that'd be crazy. So I was like, yeah. Like at the time, I was like, yeah, it's whatever. But being able to do that in the first game, I looked up at the board late in the game. I didn't know I was close, and then I needed like two more rebounds or an assist or whatever, and I was like, might as well just go.
Go
Might as well
get
go and
my.
get that couple of jumping jacks. One of those Chris Paul
Let's
passes.
just
Might
go
as
get
well
your
just
one
go
double.
get it done. So yeah,
No,
it's
what's her name? What's the point guard name? Chelsea
really
Gray.
special.
I don't want to.
Throw one of them Chelsea Gray
I don't want to
passes.
overlook
Couple jumping jacks.
with the 20 months that you were out. I really want to like dive into that and really dissect that a little bit. Like how did that impact you? And I guess to give you like a more specific question, what what was your most challenging moment through that process of trying to come back, or if it was like the news of hearing it,
Yeah.
like what in those 20 months was like one of the most challenging things for you?
I think in those 20 months, I think the most challenging thing was definitely being patient, as well as like knowing that I was gonna sit out like a whole season. Like it's really hard to put into words what that feels like. I know you kind of understand that. So it's a difficult thing, and no one really understands until you kind of experience it yourself. So I didn't know what I was in for. It definitely was challenging, but I think I kind of flipped my perspective and learned how to use it to my advantage and grow and take the time to be out of the spotlight, take the pressure off of me, and just focus on myself. So yeah.
I'd like you to like elaborate on that a little bit. Like when you talk about change your perspective, like what, like give us an example of how what thought you had to flip, or
Yeah.
just like a mindset that you had to shift.
Yeah, I reiterate this a lot. Actually, I say that it's not happening to me; it's happening for me. Oftentimes you're so easy to, play the victim, have a victim mindset, be like, oh, why is this happening to me? Why didn't I get this, that, and the third? So, I just kind of flipped it and I said, this is happening for me, for my growth in some way, to help me to evolve to a next level or to teach me something that I was missing before. So,
I have like a lighter question to ask you.
yeah.
What was like? I know like being out like it sucks. Like being out
Yeah.
injured sucks. But like, what was like one thing that you were able to do while you're out that you never had time to do while you were playing and in season, locked in, training off season? Like, what was the one thing that you're like, dang, I
Yeah.
get to do this for real? Like,
Yeah. I think one big thing for me was journaling, and I don't know, do you journal?
Okay. Yeah. I do.
Yeah. It's a really special, sacred time. I think being able to sit with yourself, oftentimes, like even now, I get guilty of it. Just like, oh, I don't have time to do it, but like really making time to do it and just center on yourself, write down what you're feeling, because sometimes I can't really put it into words when I want to say it. So, writing it down has been really helpful.
Yeah, I think that's so. I started journaling. I think I started journaling like high school, but I really started journaling when I was in college because it was just like
It's just a lot,
guys.
You
It
got
was
a
just
lot going on
it's
every
a
day.
lot. It's really
It's a
crazy.
lot.
I was just to kind of move on a little bit. What about your college experience has been one of the most developing? I mean, it could be your injury, but what has really like stretched you in a way that
Yeah.
you've never been stretched before?
Pause.
Yeah, take your time to think a little bit. Be a few things as well.
I would definitely say it was learning to be a captain. I think.
Oh, I didn't know you was a captain.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I did
Learning
not
to
know
be a
she was a
captain.
No, she gotta be a team captain by
Yeah,
now.
I think
Wait, when? When she
Gotta
was
be.
captain?
this year is my first year. Yeah, I know.
Ty,
Very
good work.
special moment.
Good work.
Very grateful.
Okay,
for that.
wait, walk us through like how you found out, like how was it announced,
Yeah.
like tell us all that. And what
Actually,
she
it
thought
was
too.
really low key. Like Coach Ivy brought me, Sonny, and Maddie into the conference room one day and was like, "You three are captains, congrats!" And we were all just like, "Yay!" Like I didn't really know what it meant, like before I got hurt, I was an underclassman, playing with a bunch of older girls. I got hurt, and then all of a sudden, I'm back thrown into it, and they're like, "You're a captain, you're a leader." So I think that was really hard for me. I think that it pushed me, and it continually does. Like I'm not the biggest vocal leader, and I'm learning how to be. But yeah, that definitely was very challenging.
Wait, that was surprising for you?
Yeah,
It took you by
absolutely.
surprise.
Yeah, yeah, it did.
That's
It was
dope.
definitely, yeah.
That's really good. I didn't know that. You
Yeah.
never told me that.
Sorry.
Look, if you don't know, now you know.
Bro,
If
that's
you don't
awesome.
know, now you know.
Yeah,
That's dope.
it's fun.
Okay, so kind of going back to the months that you were out and stuff like that, like, did you, or, I mean, it doesn't have to be just that point, but like, is there any point in your career like you felt like giving up? Like, I know, like,
Yeah.
for me, boy, it's been a few times
Oh
I thought about giving up
yeah.
in my sport, just because it's like you go through a lot. Like,
Absolutely.
it's not like, I think people think college and just any career that you take is gonna be linear, and it's really not that.
So
It's
true.
highs and lows, and like a lot of them. And so, is there any moment
Yeah, that's more like growth pains.
that
That's like from that teenager to young adult growth pains
you've
too.
had that where you're like, dang, I think I want to,
But there's definitely times where you're just like, man, forget all this, bro. I'm just about to go
I
back.
want to throw in the
No,
towel? And
you can't go back. But you
I
get what
obviously
I'm
didn't,
saying. It's
but like,
just,
what did that mean to you? And like, how did
it just gets to a
you
point.
kind of get yourself out of
You just ready to crash out.
those moments?
Yeah, I think I had a lot of those moments last year when I was hurt. After a game, I think we had just beat UConn or something, and the emotions were so great, and I was like, I wanted to be a part of that so bad. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
feeling
Now that game last year, we didn't even watch that game last year. That was crazy.
that missing out. Like obviously, I was very happy for my team, and that was an incredible win. But it's those moments like that that just make you like,
In Connecticut at that is crazy.
dang, like what am I really doing this for? Like
Yeah.
when you sit out a year and you're rehabbing during that year, it's like you're not coming back for anything in that year. So it's like, how do you motivate yourself to see it, far beyond this day or the next day and see it, to coming back in a few months. So there were a lot of moments where I just was like, I'm done with this. But you just I don't know.
Stuck to
You
it,
gotta
huh?
have people around you to. I had just great people around me to be like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, let's go.
You're tripping.
Yeah, exactly.
You're tripping. Literally
Like,
tripping.
yeah.
What was like your, or like, what's your number one motivation? It could have been you found that during the time you were out, or like something that you've always had the back of your mind, or something that's always pushed you. Like, what is that motivation for you? Like, where do you find that?
Yeah, I think I find it definitely in my parents.
Oh,
My dad, yeah,
so
he
cute. Cutesy.
they sacrificed everything for me. That's why it kind of sounds silly when you want to throw the towel in because they didn't, come this far just to come this far. So you have to just continually remember the people that kind of brought you up and got you to everywhere that you got to at this point. So definitely them for sure.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I parents are crazy because like they
Yeah.
listen when you're in high school and they driving you to the
Yeah, you didn't even
AAU
realize.
tournaments and
Yeah.
driving to these games and like being
You're
your
like, you better go off of these games.
support. Like they really pay their dues when it comes
Like
to like
that's real dedication because they really don't have to do that, to be honest with you. So the fact that they're driving you to, practice, AAU tournaments, away games, that's like far away from home.
be where you're
That's real dedication to what you want to do when you're older.
at, and like they really like without them I don't know where we'd be at, bro. Like
Literally,
they do
couldn't go
everything.
anywhere.
No facts. Literally didn't have
Literally.
license. No, wait. When
Actually.
did you get your license? Because I did get mine
Yeah,
till
yeah.
second
Boarding school
year
things. Yeah.
second year of college.
I got mine my freshman year at Notre Dame.
I remember I saw like a I think you posted a story and I was like, she got a car. She lives in the car
Mine too.
driving. And so I was like,
It was
what?
weird. It was weird. Yeah.
Wait, what kind of car do you have?
A Subaru.
Oh, that's cutesy. That's
Very
so
safe.
cutesy. Very safe. Very like, and it was eco-friendly and stuff.
Yeah, exquisite.
Wait, what kind of car do you have?
A Subaru.
Oh, that's cutesy. How do you feel like your injury or just being out those 20 months molded you into the person that you are now? Like, what about Olivia Miles before the injury is different to now? Like now that 20
Yeah.
months have gone by and you're back to playing, like how does Olivia Miles, like it doesn't have to be just as a basketball person, but like as a human in general, how did that injury mold you into the
Yeah.
person you are now?
I think you just said it. I think before my injury, it was like basketball was the only part of my identity that I really knew. And then kind of when
Ball's
you take
life.
a step back from it, you kind of learn that there's a lot more to life, obviously. But it's hard when you're kind of wrapped up in it for so long. When it's your daily life, daily schedule, you don't really get the time to develop yourself as a person. So I learned a lot about myself. I gained a new appreciation for life, for basketball, for my health. It's life is so fragile, so I kind of learned to not take things for granted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a tough realization. I feel
yeah,
like you can't like tell someone to be there. They just have to go through it.
exactly.
Like
That's
how
so
many people
true.
told you like, oh, make sure you're doing other things
Yeah,
outside of basketball. And it's like you really don't do it until you really.
Yeah, because it's like, especially during the pandemic, that was like the biggest shift and change in people's life. Like, especially as an athlete, it's like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, I gotta sit up here at home, be on my computer all day. Like, what am I supposed to do now? Eh? Like, I can't go to class.
Have a choice. Either it's like
exactly,
playing or just injuries or
exactly.
just like circumstances where you can't get on the court. Like you really don't think about that until like you have no choice but think
Yeah,
about it. But it's like those moments like are so powerful because it's like wow, like imagine you stretch yourself to appreciate other things outside of life and basketball. Imagine
yeah,
how much more fulfilled you'd be than just basketball. And like basketball is
absolutely.
like your emotional ticker. Like depends.
Exactly.
It dictates so much,
Yes.
and it's like
Yes. That's
you can
so
go
true.
crazy, like, because you're gonna
Yes.
lose some, you're gonna win some, you're not gonna
You're
have a bad day,
attached to
good
the
day.
outcomes, and yeah,
Yes, it's not good.
yes.
It's
That's
not
that's a
good.
very good point. Very wise.
So, guys, I've been through a lot, guys. I guess.
Very wise.
Um, Kind of like touching on to what you just said. Like, what's your like 5 year plan? Obviously,
Yeah.
you could be going to draft this year or not. But either way, like, what is your 5 year plan after, college? Like, what do you want to be
I don't even know
doing?
my plan tomorrow. I
That's
know we got
real,
a
y'all.
game.
That's we got a
I know we got a
game.
game, but like,
That's
no,
real.
I'm just
That's no, that's real. That's real.
So yeah, I do have an extra year in college. We'll see what I do. But no,
Oh, she has another year. Now that's interesting. Because I thought she didn't have another year. I'm thinking she's going to the draft in June? No, that's too early. That's the NBA draft. When is the WNBA draft? In like April? April? Yeah, it's right after March Madness on April.
plan is to play
May.
professional basketball is what I've been committed to doing for a long time now. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as I said, you can't come this far to only come this far. So I'm gonna take it as far as I can, and then I have 2 degrees to fall back on. Whenever.
Two to
She said, I got 2 degrees to fall back on. If none of these teams want to sign me, I got two.
2 degrees, not one,
Dose.
but
Got
two.
two.
But yeah,
Wait, I kind of want to
Type.
touch on that because that was like gonna be my next question about your
yeah.
master's. You
Mhm.
got your getting your master's. I actually have it right here in
Period.
nonprofit administration. Is
Yes.
that correct?
Yes. Correct.
What made you pick that major and like or the master's, and how do you want to use that like in the next few years or just in your life in general?
Yeah, so a few of my teammates had taken it, and it was like they recommended it to me, and also you hear a lot of athletes having like foundations or charities or whatnot, and I'm learning actually a lot about them right now. So it kind of just makes sense because I want to get into charitable giving or have some programs and services that I run for kids or whatever I may want to get into. I'll
Mm-hmm.
have the foundation and the knowledge to do that. When I have the funds and whatnot. So yeah, just kind of for my future.
Did you always want to like have a nonprofit organization, or have you always thought about that, or is this something that just kind of came about with the next few last few years?
Yeah, I think more recently, but I always love the idea of just giving back.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just how I was raised and um, what I would like to do. So it just made sense for me.
Awesome. Well, last question I have for you.
No, no.
No, we kind of
No,
touched
who's having fun
about
in the
this last question. I
podcast?
don't want to ask, well, not ask that question, but like, what do you have to prove? Like, I know you don't have really anything to prove,
Yeah.
right? But like, what about for what you went through? You're like, no, like I'm gonna prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Like what motivates you to like obviously keep going. You said your family and your parents, but like,
Yeah.
what else like hits a nerve where you're like,
Yeah.
nah, like I'm gonna show out. Like regardless, like I'm gonna show my skills. Like I'm gonna show out. I'm gonna be successful.
Yeah. I think being second like to anyone always like kind of hits a nerve because in basketball you always try to be the best. There's always that competition there. I think um I don't know, you just always want to push yourself. So I think there was a lot of chatter when I was, hurt and stuff that I'd be a backup this or I wouldn't be playing as much as this. I can't keep up with this. I keep my receipts. I know who's saying what. So
Period.
those
Ooh,
Period.
those are the people that I'm talking about where it's like everyone's so quick to put me
Write you
behind.
off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
People are very quick to write you off when you get an injury or you're out of the limelight for
that's true.
10 to 15
They'd be like,
seconds.
oh,
Like
well, she's done.
on to the next person. So
Next.
um,
And then that's where she comes back looking
um,
like Chelsea Grade
I
2.0.
keep track of those and I make sure that I'll be able to back up my word on the court.
And the crazy thing is, most people that be making those comments don't know basketball for real. Like,
At all.
They don't know basketball. They ain't play basketball. They never play for a team. They just chatting.
y'all be thinking y'all know, and y'all really
At
don't
all.
know. Like,
At
you
all.
could
They
have
don't know the struggle.
two great guards. You have three great guards on the court at the same time. You can
Absolutely.
have five all stars on a team. It's really just about how
Exactly.
how everybody gels and plays together and like the coaching. But like other than that, like you could play with great players. And like that's one thing I'm gonna
It's
say about
literally the
her.
WNBA.
Literally,
True.
like I think y'all like don't know her game for real. Like she's a pass first guard. She can get a bucket whenever, but like you're a pass first
Oh
guard. Like
no,
you
she said buzzer beaters.
want everybody to succeed. I
She
remember
said some buzzer
like
beaters.
in
I'm like, I can't
high
believe it.
school, like you would get more excited
Sold versus the Texas game. Not gonna lie to you.
about someone else hitting a three
That
that you
Leah 2 King foul. That would have been another
assist
buzzer
them
beater
on than you
moment.
scoring. Like,
Yeah.
and that's just the type of person you are. So it's
Yeah.
like when I would see those comments, I'm just like,
Yeah, bruh.
it's just chatter
It's
because
just
it's like
chatter.
it doesn't. It's
This
not.
is what I was saying yesterday. It's exactly what I was saying yesterday. Don't even entertain it. Cause it's just like they're just chatting like they know what they're talking about. And they don't even know the struggle
The
for real.
reality of the
They don't
situation. Like
even
Absolutely.
they don't really
know
know about
what they're even talking about.
y'all's relationship. They don't know about
Be there. No, what he say? He said, "Don't show up in the fourth quarter. Be there when the game starts." I'm like, yeah, you're out of your mind.
relationship or
Absolutely.
your coach relationship. Like they don't know the ins and outs, and they think they do, but they really
Absolutely.
don't. I think that's the funny thing with basketball and just media. It's like they're always gonna talk. They're always gonna have something to
Absolutely,
say.
yeah. I know, but it's also a blessing because, that means I care and that means they're paying attention to you. So,
No,
Yeah,
that's true.
I was just getting ready to say that people are watching,
Yeah,
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 so I mean,
that they care about you, and that they're watching
you
you.
can like
that's true.
use it to your
Thank you for the support, even if it's stupid
advantage and
and we ain't asked for it. We
when
appreciate
the
it.
time comes.
Make that shit.
What? Wait.
To your advantage and
Thanks.
when the time comes.
Make that shit. So that
Sir.
wraps up Olivia Miles
Thank you.
episode. Hopefully we could do a part 2 at some point when you're in the
Yes.
W balling out.
Yes. That
Um,
would be so great.
is there anything you want to say to the peoples?
Thank you guys for watching. Keep tuning into this podcast. It's dope. Check this
Try,
episode
y'all.
out.
Look,
Love
Look
it.
at Clarice.
it ain't where it's supposed to be, but it's getting there. It's
That's
getting there.
because Clarice
Just
played too much.
Subscribe.
like, comment, subscribe. And make sure you follow Liv on social media. I'll put her
Yes.
stuff in the link below. And yeah.
Thank you.
This was a nice little sit down, nice little chit chat. I'm gonna leave a like. This was pretty good. Hey, anyways, that's good enough for this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you subscribe, it's really appreciate it. Let me know down below in the comments. Do you want more of these podcast reactions? Maybe not even just hers, but just other people's podcasts. Because I'm a little nosy. I want to learn more about people, what they do outside of basketball, what their mentality is when they step on the court, and stuff like that. So again, you guys let me know down below in the comments if you want more of these from Dominique Darius or just other podcasts. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.